the more I look at this, the more I just can't figure it out myself. The time has come. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. You know, everything has to be time related just because we're looking at this. Do I have enough time today? I think so. Hi everybody, welcome back to Brick Me Up, Scottie. I'm Scottie Hoy. You're watching Famous. I am your guinea pig. I always am. I'm the one who has to buy these random sets. So if you guys actually have sets that you want me to review, yeah, I know I keep asking you and I never do them. But if you see something random and you can't find any information on it, let me know. I'll do it for you. I'll bite the bullet and buy it and show you like this right here. So this, what you're seeing, is from a new brand called Juhang. They have a couple more sets out there. Decided to try this one first because I was like, wow, this thing looks mythical. It looks mystical. It looks mysterious. It looks magical. It looks timeless. Let's just look at this thing. So this is Juhang's. I still kind of wish they used another brick name. The Time Room 86002, 2,466 pieces. There's the manual just to show you guys. You know, when I saw the promotional pictures, I'm like, it doesn't look that bad. Okay, it's original. Great. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Then you see the final product and yeah, I mean, it kind of looks similar in some ways. It's the color, man. Some of the brick colors on here is just not good. Overall, as a build, it wasn't like the worst thing I built. And it actually looks okay when it's all together. But building all the pieces individually, I was kind of like, oh man, how's this gonna work? Why is this like this? What's the backstory to it? You know, you'd hope that when you open the manual, you'd be like, oh, there's the backstory. But no, we go right into building trees and figures. The figures are the worst. Okay, I'll give them that. They have the worst minifigures of the set. In fact, if you order this from our store, which is available on brickmeupscottie.com, some of you have bought this already, but now I'm like, okay, the minifigures, I'll probably just replace them with my own for you, and you get to keep both. So, you know, at least I'll give you some cool looking figures. Now, one thing I want to mention, this manual is not the greatest as well, especially with color. You really need adequate lighting if we're gonna build this thing. I build from home. My lighting's slightly more dimmer. Man, I couldn't differentiate some of the colors with the browns, like a couple of mixtures of brown or this funky orangey type color. And I'm looking at the manual going, they look exactly the same color, man. So my colors might be all over the place. I just can't be bothered to go back in there and touch it up here. At least I have adequate lighting here. You know, I have big studio lights, then I can see it. Unless I really suck or I'm like that colorblind. I think they could have fine-tuned the manual just a little bit better. And the clutch for the bricks, I think these are their own bricks, but man, they're like crazy tight. So if you like tight bricks, there you go. But boy, man, even my brick separator that came with this, look at that. That was trying to pry off some of the bricks, man. It broke this brick separator, and I think it actually broke some of my legit brick separators from Lego and a couple other brands. Tight clutch, do not screw up when you're building this thing. And then it comes down to the design. I don't know what they were thinking in some spots. There's like a lot of little gaps here and there. And even though the clutch is really tight, there are some pieces that are just bound to just flop off just because of the way that they put it together. There are probably more questions than answers in this video. Like, what's the backstory to this thing? Why do we have this magical looking thing? What is it based off of? Is it stolen? Juhang, I hope this is not stolen. But you know, maybe you should update your manual or put a page in there and be like, this is why we have the time room. Does it go with your city? Tell you right now, not really. It does belong more in like a wooded area. It might actually look really good with the treehouse. Maybe I'll pull the treehouse later if I have time and put them next to each other because it does have that very outdoors look. Let's just begin on the front here. Now it's not on a standard base plate. It's multiple plates that you're putting together on the bottom. That kind of sucks. It's secure, but the ones on the outside, on the outline parts, those pieces can come off easy because there's not enough support. So be careful when you're carrying this thing around. Kind of wanting to pop off there already. But yeah, they're getting loose. Oh, like just like that. Perfect example. So I kind of wish that they had a more sturdy design for the plate part. I don't want to screw up. The struggle is real, guys. Now don't forget, I am traveling with this. I'm shifting it around. I'm putting it in the car. So pieces are bound to get to loose. like this tree. Oh, and I just broke the tree. No. There is probably going to be a lot of unpredictable stuff happening in this video just because the set is not perfect. So -10 for that flopping around right there that you just saw. Okay, first thing in the front here is the colors. The colors might be really outstanding. I do not like this kind of an orangey looking thing going on. It's supposed to be like a lighter brown, I think. It just stands out a little bit too much there for me. Makes it look a little bit cheap. I kind of just wish they had a different tone color for the orange. Maybe just tone it down a little bit. It's like red dirt when you go to Hawaii, you know? So you got a walkway that comes into this time room. And that yellow door, dude. That's a color thing. It really reminds me of the Ban Bao stuff. Sorry, Pan Bao, man. You gotta fix your colors on some of your sets. If you just kind of ignore that for a second and you look at the whole thing in general and just think about like switching out those pieces, the bright yellow and the little lighter brown, it could look really good. But you know, a lot of you are just gonna buy these sets and just put it together and just leave it in the corner. It does look kind of like a lodge. You know, I like the side there where it looks boarded up. So there's some good things to this set. You got like a little piece of water down there. That's the portal. They come into this time room. And that is a sticker. Lots of stickers. Here's the sticker sheet right there. You wanna know what the ugliest sticker is on the set right away? The clock, the time, the main thing. I tried to reapply that sticker like 3 times without screwing it up. But because it's on a curve, little parts will stick up. Maybe you guys are better than I am. And there's a little gap on the bottom. I just wish that's printed. Now, I'll give them some slack just because they're like a new brand. But next round, you guys, gotta have a print for that. Or maybe you guys can actually make your own. Juhang, why didn't you do that? Make your own like brick clock. Is it that difficult to like brick it out, just make it look like a hand, a minute hand and an hour hand there? So yeah, a little bit disappointed with that sticker. And that's like the main theme of this whole thing is time. They could have got that right. Here, rotated here, the side, you build a bunch of trees there. The trees were actually pretty okay. Very different, so I give them that. I like how they went different. Actually, the whole set is very different. If you want a good challenge, buy the set and have fun with it. Mock it up and do your own thing to it. And speaking of trees, you come to the side here. You've got this beautiful yellow tree, which kind of gets built last, but why not? We're seeing it right here. And I do like how it's kind of designed partially in the building, but the walls and the structure here, these panels, they come off really easy. So you gotta be careful for that. And the tree, because of the weight, yeah, it's really easy to come out. Like if I pull it up, let me see if I can just take this sucker up. The tree build itself is fine. It's like really sturdy. Nothing's falling off, but it looks unfinished on the top. They maybe could have added more things onto it. I'm not sure why it's like that, but it does have a little bit of articulation. You can move them up and down. This is what it looks like without the tree. It looks empty. Oh, it looks okay. Get your hands in there better. But yeah, this piece right here, you can pull out the wall and be like, yo, there's nothing in that room because the tree's blocking the way. We don't need to put anything in there. There's no door, there's no walkway to go into that. It's just an empty room. Could you furnish it? Yeah, you could probably use a couple like items from one of the interior rooms that I have reviewed and throw them in there. But that's really tight. A little bit disappointing. They didn't put much in there. They figured the tree's gonna be blocking, so you can't get in there in the first place. So we keep moving on here. More trees. Trees. We come to the back here, and interesting. The whole set is kind of lifted. There's actually like, it's almost like a little basement down here or sewer. You put your bugs down there if you can get in there, and it's not closed off here. It's just, the whole thing is just a very odd and weird design. I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. And the yellow, the stripes of yellow just kind of really throw off this whole thing. We'll look inside there in a second. When we come to this side here, this whole section can come off. My door was a little bit hard to open and close. It's like, it just didn't quite fit right. Those are stickers on the wood panels. You see, you can find those prints. So I guess being their own brand, they had to just kind of cut down on cost. So those are stickers. Without trying to destroy anything, let's see if I can just pop this sucker off. There you go. It does come off. So, oh, perfect. You can kind of see down here that there is a little bit of a gap. So it's the same deal with the structure of this big thing. And I'm actually pretty okay with the look of this. This one looks more like a lodge than anything. At least they got this down right, but it's plain on the inside. So good thing is, totally design something inside by yourself. You know, you can add on to this stuff. This rooftop color, yeah, I think I mentioned it in my Instagram. A couple of you gave me different variations of what the name of this color is. I forgot already. It's like so bright, man. It's supposed to be like a wintry, icy feel, but it just looks bright. I guess it looks all right. You guys let me know what you think of that. the good thing is at least it came off and goes back on easy. There, like that, slot it in. And I'm pretty sure these rails are meant to be loose. At least they kind of like put little pieces of smaller trees here and plants, and I guess these are like logs or more wood or trees that are about to grow. So it has some decoration there. So that's nice. And now for the moment I've been training for, taking this thing off. Actually, I'm gonna take this out first. Let's just move this out of the way here. I'm gonna try to pull off this part here. This is a really trippy design, and we'll look at this more closely in a bit. But if I try to pry this up here, there, and here, you can see it there. It comes off. Can you see that? So it's meant to join here, but easier just to do it this way. And then this part comes off like that. Hey, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. This clock just stays here, I think. Yeah, that just stays there. I'm gonna move the tree out because I know it's gonna fall over. And now we can get the idea, and it's much lighter and easier to handle here. You can see what it looks like there. If I flip it here to this, hopefully without any trees falling down, there you can see that design. We'll start when you come into this front bright yellow door, and it's all tiled. Yay! But the color, boy, that's a freaking crazy orangey color. I kind of wish they went all out. Like, if this is gonna be like super magical, go in there and just make it like look magical. I don't know how to explain it, man. Because right now you come in here and go, what is this? This is like a horror cabin in the woods thing. Maybe you guys should make a scary short film out of this. All right, so we come inside. You got, what is this, a fireplace? I don't even know what that is. But it's got like a little bit of gap from the bottom there. Maybe you should put some fires there and make it look like a fireplace. You got a sticker of a painting of deer. Yeah, cool. You got this clock on the wall. I guess if anything, this is probably the best part of this whole thing is this wall of like windows and the clock there. That's, unfortunately, that's a sticker. So replace that with a printed clock there. If you look at it from this angle, I'm like, that was actually kind of cool. But this is where it gets weird. It's like a gap between here. There's nothing inside there. There's a lot of parts in the set where it's questionable because there's like a lot of gaps in there and they just didn't do anything with it, or they just left it alone. It's just weird in design. It's not realistic, that's for sure, because it's a time room. Maybe this is the portal between the Lego world and you want to transition into an alternative brick world. You gotta go through the time room first. You gotta change the time and go into an alternative dimension like this channel and see all the crazy stuff. Maybe that's what it is. Because on the other side of this hallway, I don't know what this is. Bed? She's small for a bed for a minifigure. And what is this contraption here? With a little hole in it. Did I miss something? What am I looking at, Juhang? I'm just confused looking at that thing. What do you guys think that is? It's like a workstation or bench. Maybe that's where they make the clock. And you come to this torture chamber. The torture bed with this black thing that is like a megaphone looking thing. The figure can lie down there and this thing will transport them into time or torture them, or I don't know what that is, you guys. I actually wouldn't mind it being like this. It's just I just knew what it was. Then you come to the clock right here, the main one. I told you about the sticker, suck. The back of it looks like an evil eye with a shape there in the mouth going, yeah, welcome to the top room. I can't unsee that now. But you can see like the tiles here, there, the plates. It's like gappy looking, wasted space. I think they could have put like little containers along there or something in this room. The more I look at this, the more confused I get what they're trying to do. At the same time, the more that I'm reviewing this for you guys and sitting here with it, I feel like it's not terrible. It's not like I was really gonna rip into this thing, but now I'm looking at it like, it's not like crazy bad, or maybe I'm just telling myself that because I have it. So let's look at the second floor. This is what I call the useless time room because there's not a lot of space and not a lot of things you can do with it. Color combination, not my favorite, especially the yellow. There's a little chicken on the top there. That was interesting. What does that represent? It looks like it belongs in a Zelda game. Maybe this is a Zelda-inspired room. Oh man, those yellow doors, the 1x1 tiles, which is good that they did tile it, couldn't really tile much. Those 1x1 tiles, I screwed up one row, and that's when I was like, the separators were breaking. I could not get them off, man. So be very careful. Take your time putting that together. I'm guessing this side is supposed to be like the library. Yeah, they just went lazy on the shelving right there. All those tiles are super loose. You wanna see? Watch this. That is lazy, man. The ones on the second shelf, I was able to shove them in tight enough so they can't really fall out. Oh, guys, should have thought about how to mount it like the other sets normally do. At least these ones are. They're kind of like stacked up there. And you got this ladder here, and the figure can kind of just go in that little room and chill out and hang out and all that good stuff and read books about time. Of course, the strangest thing about this room is when you open the yellow doors, there's like nothing really back here. That is such a trip. I mean, there's a little area here. Do you know what I mean? It's just like kind of like a wasted space. I'm not sure what they were trying to imply. So we'll put this here first. It's quite easy to follow along where it goes, and it does, at least it sits nicely. Once it's on, it starts to look a little bit better. Finally, you got the balcony area. You know, these parts connect to the set itself. So you have to just be careful if you're gonna pull the whole thing off. Don't just take this part off first. Yucky color, yucky orange. I'm sorry, that's not a fan of this, and it does not go with that yellow. Man, don't know what they're trying to do. And you can see the pressure here. The tiles don't really fit completely flat, but it is original. I'll give them that. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. You got like a couple benches there, a little barbecue area, or time area, sorry. Looks like a little drawer there. Maybe they can come out here, relax, and think about time and relativity and all that good stuff. And then at the very top, you got the 3 rooftops. Again, that really bright, weird color. It looks a bit randomized, but it looks all right when it's all together. Am I just trying to say that to make myself feel better? Look, you actually see a gap there. That was intentional. It's built like that, even on the side. There's a little gap there. Unless I screwed that up. I probably did. But you get the overall idea. That is the Juhang time room. Let's put this piece back on here. And let's put the tree back in. And we're gonna look at the figures. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They are stiff as can be. Man, these guys are like rough when you put them together. Just like the clutch on the set. We'll start with this lady first in green. She is, I don't know how to explain her. She doesn't look quite there, you guys. She might be voted the worst looking minifigure. It's a proportion of the eyes and the mouth and the hair that's really off. She stepped through that portal and something just went wrong. I don't know, its printing's actually okay. It's just, she looks happy to take you into this time room. Got plenty of time, but there she is. Probably the worst figure out of them all. And we got this lady. Oh man, she's the same orange that's in the set. Pretty close to it anyway. Not my favorite color. It's the mouth, yeah. It's like trying to be cartoony, but it looks strange. This is an alternative time figures for you guys. Printing is a little bit off on my one. But hey, you get figures for the set. We got this lady who looks actually a little bit better than the others, which is good. Maybe because she's not opening her mouth and she looks more dressed decently. She looks more whimsical, kind of, not really. But there she is, she looks just fine. Printing looks okay. All right, then we come to this lady who's kind of freaked out, man. She's like me. Or is it the eyeballs? She's like, what is this? Where am I? She doesn't look dressed for this place though. So it just looks like random figures for the set. Well, at least this guy looks pretty okay. I like the glasses and his smile. He looks decent. So I'm actually pretty okay with him. And he's got the winter look to him, but boy, his scarf looks really messy on him. Who the heck puts a scarf on like that? Something happened there. But hey, at least he matches. So yeah, I guess this place does have a wintry theme to it. Last but not least, this guy, I think he's wearing a hoodie with a tie underneath. That's kind of a weird look, but the colors on him look fine. And yeah, it's the mouth, yeah, and the eyes. He looks actually okay here. So there you go. What'd you guys think of that figure? Let's put them on the set and see what they look like.
It's time! Are you guys ready? Today's the big day! The time has come! I can't believe it! I've been waiting 20 years for this day!
According to my notes here, the time is perfect. We've been waiting 20 years for the alignment of the sun and the moon to strike at this specific time. We're good to go, you guys. Make sure the settings are right. We've been keeping them waiting too long.
Yes, that is right. The machine is totally fixed now. The fans have been waiting for Mini Deer and Mini Scottie to get out of that last location. We must bring them into here so we can send them back off to finally continue their adventure.
Okay, I'm adjusting the machine now. I think it's ready. Let me just aim this thing a little bit further, and we should be good to go. Okay, once I flip the switch and turn the machine on, it should suck them into here, and theoretically, the guy should appear down below. Are you ready down below?
Everything is correct. Calculations are good. The time on the wall is right. Let's do this.
Time to suck those guys into here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, these guys should be ready any second now. Come on, guys. Come on.
Whoa! My head! Oh, where am I? Oh, I thought I'd never get out of that place, man. I'm so sick of eating pizza. Where am I?
It worked! What's your name?
I'm Mini Scottie. Where's Deer?
Hang on 1 second. We'll get your friend here. Stand back, right?
Whoa! Scottie, that was crazy. I thought I lost you there for a second. It's been months, man. Where are we?
Dear, I was just told we're in a very magical place called the Time Room.
That's right. They're at the other dimensions. From the Lego world into the alternative brick world. But you do not want to go into the Mako copy world. Only if you really want to.
Yeah. Actually, we just gotta find Big Scottie. We gotta help him out with the sets, man. We've been quarantined so long. Can you help us out?
Matter of fact, that's what we're here for. Go up fast. The guys are waiting for you.
Oh my goodness, you're Scottie. We're your biggest fans. We can't believe it worked. We have been doing all these calculations for so many years to find you and bring you here.
Years? We've only been gone for a couple months.
But you don't understand. Big fan of yours. And since we haven't seen you for a while, we figured you're in trouble. Well, anyway, we got the machine finally fixed so we can suck you in here. And look at you standing here. This is amazing. Can I get your autograph?
We know you can't stay long. You have to get on and help Big Scottie. And we want to see more of your videos. So please, get ready. I think we found a system setting to get you back to Big Scottie. We'll have to zap you back out of here.
Well, that was really fast, but okay, sure. Dear, it's time for us to go, man.
But I just got here. And this lovely lady showed me these lovely flowers. This tree is so beautiful and yummy too. Thank you, dear. I love you so much. You're my best friend. Everybody misses you though. But you do really have to go, okay? So you take care now. All the stations will wait for you to come back, okay? If you ever need me, just eat a yellow flower and that'll be the sign. And we'll bring you back, okay? I'm gonna miss you, ladies. Thank you so much. It sounds good.
Alright, you two just stand right there. This won't take too long. And I think these coordinates will take you back to Big Scottie.
Wait, what do you mean you think you'll get us to Big Scottie? You mean this is not guaranteed? Dear, what happens if something goes wrong?
Well, Scottie, to be honest with you, it can't get any more worse than...
Oh, whoops! Oh no, you guys. I pushed the wrong number.
Oh no! Where did you send him to?
I just hope that was Big Scottie. How else can we fix it?
Oh no! Dear, please eat the yellow flower. Don't forget that.
Alright, it is Dimension Times. I got my two 32 by 32 base plates here because this thing is actually longer than a 32 by 32. Actually, just put this one here to show you. If I put it, how do I do this? Alright, so visually, this is going to be much easier for you. By length, you're looking at about 44 studs. So this is going to be over a 32 by 32 base plate. I guess technically, if you start building directly onto the plate, or if you were to, and slide this over here, let's take a guess like there. Yeah, it's still going to go over. You'd have to take this part of the tree or the little windowed wall area out. You might be able to build directly onto 32 by 32. And for the width of it, yeah, it's like really just barely fitting on a 32. You might want to go 33, but yeah, it'll fit by width, it'll fit on there. There you go. Let's check the height. I have my 1x4 bricks here. I'm gonna slide it right to the chicken. Oh, it's just gonna, I can't really touch it there, but you get the idea. That is around 31 bricks in height. There you go. Now you don't have to suffer anymore because I did all the sacrificing for you. Just so you can see, this is definitely the Lego's Treehouse. I love this treehouse. I reviewed it for you before. Go check it out. Got some fun shots in there. But you can see, oh, Tyler's been playing with it, so it might be a little bit messed up. But this is probably the closest thing I could find in comparison with the time room. So you guys can kind of see a comparison whether or not the time room kind of goes with it. You can see the inspiration there, what they were trying to do with this plate, with this idea. But just missed the mark a little bit there. Or you might have to add these nasty brick colors here to make the tree a little bit more wintry. They can both go together. But there you go. That's the Lego's Treehouse with the time room. The two sets that probably belong together, if anything. It is now time to drop the time room. And I think it's gonna fall apart everywhere. It's gonna suck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So help me! Tree not so bad. Tree is done. The time room is falling apart. Okay, that's just the rooftop, thank goodness. Where'd this come from? Oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It's really just this time part. The clock. Okay, I think I found all the pieces here. Let's see if I can rebuild this. That wasn't as bad. Like, yeah, things fell apart, but it's pretty easy to put back in. Except now trying to figure out where these two pieces came from. Where'd you guys come from? Yeah, boy. It's all back together. Probably like a couple missing pieces here and there. That wasn't too bad. Yep. Well, Juhang's time room, it's not the worst. Feels a little bit incomplete in some places. And honestly, it's not as bad as like showing it to you guys and like messing around with it as bad as it was when I was building it. Some color inconsistencies that I may have been wrong on. You need good lighting and it is available on our store. Why not? It's original, I sure hope it is. No idea what it's based out of. So there, hope you enjoyed that. You want more wacky stuff? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll bring you more. Until next time, pick me out. Time is on my side. Get it? Time? It's the time of the season. Do, do, do. You know, my dad actually did a really, really cool cover version of that song. Here, I put the link right here. Go check him out. Yeah, I love that song so much. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left. Dance, and then a step to the right. But honestly, like, deep down, oh, there goes the tree. You know, right outside the trees are these little, I guess, the stepping stones. One of them's like pure white. I think that was the wrong color. It's one of the things where I kept going back and forth, like, what am I doing wrong? It's like a glory hole. I'm saying that. Scottie, what are you saying? No, it just would have been nice, Juhang. Juhang, it would have been a little bit nice. Come on, Scottie, it's time to move your buttocks. Whoever designed this had a very little amount of time.